Hi everybody, it's Amanda back with Amandarosetarot, and we're here today to do another pick a card. So this reading is going to be what blessings are coming in for you in the month of November. So we're going to look at what might be coming in for you as far as financially, your love life, whatever we get. So the cards that I'm using today, we're going to use the Gilded deck. We're going to use the Romance Angel deck. We're going to use the Gypsy playing cards. And we're also going to use the Messenger Oracle. So we're going to have 4 decks, and I don't have everything spread out yet, so I'm just going to do that as I do the readings. I've kind of just decided that. I'm usually kind of spur of the moment. So, yeah, that's what I decided I'm going to do. I'm just going to shuffle while we're doing the readings. So the first reading that we're going to do is going to be this kitty icon, and it says, I wish. So that will be the first reading. The second reading that we're going to do is this kitty cat, and it says late night. And the third reading that we're going to do is this kitty cat, and it says bathing beauty. So that is going to be number 3. Before we begin the first reading, I did want to mention my giveaway on Instagram. So if you haven't yet gone over to my Instagram and followed me there, as well as subscribing here on YouTube, if you do both of those things, then I will add you to my list for a giveaway that I'm doing. I'm going to be giving away a free reading, and that's going to be a live reading over Instagram. For you personally, so you can ask questions live with me. I'll pull the cards in real time and we'll get answers for you. So definitely subscribe, head on over to my community page to have some more information about it, and the links are there as well. So just wanted to get that housekeeping out of the way before we begin. Let me show you the icons one more time, and then we will begin the first reading. So the first reading is going to be this kitty cat that says, I wish. The second is going to be this kitty cat that says late night. And the third is going to be this kitty cat that says bathing beauty. So just pick your icon, and I'm going to start right now with the first reading. And this is the I wish kitty. So I'm just going to see what we get here. Hopefully we get some that come out. So if you wish, you can fast forward past this part. Asking for some information in November. What's coming in for pile number 1. If we don't get any, then I'll just draw them. Okay. So we've got 3 cards here. I'm going to use the Gypsy deck next, and I'm gonna wait for some messages. Okay, we've got 1 there. I'm going to try to get at least 1 more. Okay, 1 more. All right, now I'm going to do a Romance Angel card for you. Okay, we've got 1 of those. And now we're going to do, lastly, a Messenger Oracle for you. Okay. All right. So first, let's go over the gilded cards that you got. Okay, so the first card that you got is the Moon card. The second card that you got is the Seven of Pentacles. And the third card that you got is the Two of Swords. So for the month of November, I still think that there are going to be some things hidden from you as far as, I think, emotionally. I think there is a person romantically that has feelings for you, but I don't think this person is prepared yet to open up about that. I think there's still a lot of fear, there's still a lot of contemplation as to what to do. So it can be insecurities, fears, not ready to bring things out into the light quite yet. So still keeping some things in the dark as far as I feel like a romantic partner. The next card, the Seven of Pentacles. So if you're the feminine, I think that you are, you're working, you're looking towards the future. I think that, you know, you're really creating this solid foundation for yourself. And I think you're starting to see, you know, that things are growing for you. It could be as far as in your career. If it's relationship related, I still feel like the same sort of energy, you know, waiting for things to grow further, you know, trying to be patient, knowing that, you know, sometimes it takes time for things to be perfect. You know, you don't want to pick them before they're right because, you know, it's just not going to be right. So it's having to wait a little bit further to actually get all that you've wanted. But it's being very hopeful of things to come in the future. And then we've got the Two of Swords. So there could be a lot of confusion about, you know, maybe a crossroads that you've come to in your life where you need to make some sort of decision. You know, maybe it's having to cut someone out of your life or to cut away some aspect of your life that's no longer serving you. And I think it's kind of like you're not wanting to face it with the blindfold here. I feel like it's something that you know you need to do, but yet you're not quite ready to grab that sword and wield it. So, you know, I feel like you still could be in the dark about someone else's emotions, and I feel like until you know what this other person feels, I feel like you're kind of like, you're not really sure which sword you're gonna have to, you know, cut with, or which things you're gonna have to cut out. So I think you're still unsure as to what you really want to do. It could be a decision between two lovers. It could be two people that maybe you have a crush on, or there's two people, you know, that you've been dating and you're just not sure which way to go. I feel like you probably, you know, you've probably been doing a lot of thinking. Swords are about thoughts, and I feel like you've really been thinking about these people. And I feel like there's, you know, there's a lot of thought on both sides. I think both sides are really contemplating. And I feel like, you know, there's a lot of hidden emotions. So I feel like there's one person here who has a lot of love for you that really, you know, maybe you weren't expecting much here. Maybe this was just because this is a lover, so it could have been like, you know, this midnight tryst that you had with someone, and, you know, it was like one time, and then you thought that it would be over. But I feel like this person, they do have their heart set on you. They're really wanting to move forward with you. So I think it's just a matter of them letting you know that. And then I think this could be the same person, or this could be another person who is also thinking about you. And I think this person, you know, they could even be, you know, maybe writing down some of the things that they're feeling. They could have a diary and they're just writing down their feelings, or maybe they're seeing, you know, signs, synchronicities, and they're writing them down. And it's like this person, they're really logical, so they're looking at the facts and they're starting to realize that not everything in life, you know, you can really explain. You know, maybe this person, they're writing down, they see angel numbers, maybe they see this feminine, maybe they see this feminine's name, and they're like, I don't understand this. I really don't understand this, but they're starting to become enlightened, I feel like, to what this really is. You know, I think maybe they didn't know much about, you know, soulmate relationships, and they're starting to actually believe, I think, in that. And then the next card that you got is the flirt card. So I think you, the watcher, you're just in a place right now where you don't want to take everything so seriously. You kind of just want to play, you want to smile, you want to keep things lighthearted. I don't think you're looking for arguments. I think you're looking for peaceful times. I think you're looking for happy times that you probably have had in the past. You know, and it could have been with this person or these people. And it's like, why can't we get back to that lighthearted energy, you know, where we were laughing and joking and, you know, just having a really good time, maybe holding hands, or, you know, just looking at each other, having a conversation. I think, you know, mostly the feminines, I think, are at this point where they kind of don't understand. I don't think they're getting enough information, and so they're kind of stuck in the waiting period. But I think the masculine energy is really thinking a lot as well. And we've got make the sacrifice. With this card, I think it's just all about it's transitions. It's knowing that in order to make your dreams come to fruition, to make them reality, you are going to have to make the sacrifice. You are going to have to change in a way. And it could be the death of a past relationship. It could be ending, you know, something, sacrificing something so that you can have something better, something that you really desire, something that you really want. And I think, you know, it is having to sacrifice something, and it could be something that you do love. So, you know, it could be a decision that you have to make where there's a sacrifice that needs to be made, or it could be having to sacrifice, you know, financially. But I do feel like there are some sacrifices that need to be made. But once again, in this card, I'm getting, you know, the moon. And we've got the moon here also in this card. And then we've got the moon in this card. So I think there's still a lot that's hidden. If you pick this first reading, I think that there's a lot of wishing. There's a lot of hoping, you know, for more. And I think that it's just a matter of, you know, getting back into that lighthearted energy, learning to enjoy yourself, to play, to love, and, you know, not just being too negative or overburdened by worry. I think that it's just temporary, you know. I think that the worry, the stress is just temporary, and I think it will pass. And I think, you know, there will be that flirt energy that will be coming back. Okay, so that is reading number 1. That is all I have for you. So it looks like the month of November is going to be pretty good. Just remember, don't be too serious, and, you know, stay lighthearted, stay in that fun energy as much as you can. Okay, so number 2, if you pick this kitty cat that says late night, let's get some cards for you. So we're going to start with the Gilded deck. If you need to fast forward past this section, definitely you can do that. I want to get 3, hopefully get 3. Let's see what we get. Okay, I'm moving on to the next deck. The Gypsy playing cards. We only got 1 from the Gilded, but I'm not going to push it. Okay, there's 1. Okay, oh, that's 3. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next deck. The Romance Angels. Okay, we got 2 right away. And the final deck, the Messenger deck. Okay. Alrighty. Nice. All right, so the first card that you got in the Gilded deck is the Wheel of Fortune. So I think that things are changing for you right now. I think that you're shifting from one phase into a new phase. Sometimes it's unexpected. Sometimes it's usually a good thing. You know, if this is upright, then you're moving into better times. These changes are for the better. They could be a little bit turbulent, but I feel like these changes are for the better and they're destined. So if, you know, if you're going through these really serious transitions, this is a major arcana, so this could be like major life events. I feel like that's something's happening for you. There is some sort of change that's happening. And the next card that you got is the Judge card. This was the second card that came out. So I think that, you know, if there are things that are changing for you, I think that they are for the best. You know, with the Justice card, I think they're fair. I think that, you know, ultimately you are going to win if this is to do with, you know, a case, or, you know, if there's just some sort of decision that you have to make. I feel like you're going to make the right decision. This could be, you know, having to weigh things out. Maybe you've been studying, maybe, you know, you've been contemplating things because you want to make the decision that's right, that's fair, that's balanced, that's equal. So I think that if you are going through some sort of changes right now, they are because you've done the right thing. I feel like you have been fair, and because of that, I feel like good things are going to be coming into your life. And it could be a message. It could be a message of abundance. It could be a message, you know, that things are getting better. With this card, I don't feel so much love, but I feel like a message that either your finances or your health are improving. And I think that maybe some of the actions that you've been taking, I think, have really helped you maybe you've really changed some things in your life, and you know, you've been doing what's right, what's just, what's fair. And I feel like because of that, you know, your angels are going to be raining down this abundance on you. These good positive things are coming in for you, I feel like, in November. I do feel like as far as your emotions, I feel like these changes could be kind of hard. So I feel like it could have been like an ending, and it brought you a lot of pain. I feel like, you know, she's holding this red rose. So it could have been this love that you had for someone, and it was very passionate. You know, there was a lot of lust, I feel like, and for some reason it didn't work out. And I feel like it did bring you quite a bit of sadness, and you could still be suffering. You could be suffering right now because of that, that loss of that connection that you had with someone. But that could be part of destiny, that, you know, destiny came in, turned the wheel, and that relationship, was separated. I feel like you guys were separated. And then we've got follow the moon. So this is really telling me that right now, especially being this time of year, I know this is a timeless reading, but the time that I'm doing this reading is nearing Halloween, which is the time when the veil is very thin between this universe and the spirit universe. So I feel like right now your intuition is really, really on point. And I feel like the month of November, you're still gonna have that energy. So really follow the moon, follow your emotions, follow your heart. The moon has a lot of power over us because we are made of mostly water, and the moon controls the tide as well as our emotions. And so I feel like you are going to be going through this very emotional time. But with these cards, I think it's telling you, to do that, to let your emotions flow. And I feel like intuitively, you kind of know, your emotions tell you a lot of things. So I think when you are in your feels, so to speak, I think that you're highly connected to the other side. So, you could be, your psychic energy could be developing more strongly. And if you're an empath and you're going through that, then it could be kind of turbulent. That could be part of the change that you're going through. So maybe something to do with your emotions has been triggered. But I think this is part of your growth spiritually, and your intuition. So I think this is a good thing. So embrace those emotions because I feel like they're helping you to grow spiritually. And they're also they're cleansing for you. It can be like a renewal of yourself, so really, don't be afraid to tap into that side. And then we've got make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So I feel like, we can see in this card that the masculine is, he's coming in and he's embracing the feminine. So I feel like it's really the masculine that's going to be making the effort. I think, if there has been a period of separation, I feel like the feminine has really been suffering. And I feel like the masculine is really at a point where he wants to make this up. I feel like he somehow wants to make it up. You see this offering of these, I don't know what they are, if they're cherries or what, but I think there's going to be offerings coming in. I think there's going to be attention coming in. You could be surprised by this. You could be really not expecting this, but I think that you are going to be happy about this, because I think that emotionally you were in pain over a loss, and the emotions, I think, are really going to be able to flow with this person. I think you're going to be able to talk about emotions, and I think give this relationship a chance. So I see the angel wings here, so I think it's really divinely guided that you come back together with this person, or if this is a new person, I feel like you'll know that this is divinely guided with this person, because I think, you know, it's destiny, and I think that, you know, there's going to be a lot of effort, there's going to be a lot of, you know, hugging, kissing. And I think the masculine is going to be the one giving the attention. In both of these cards, I kind of get that. So I think if you're the masculine, you'll be giving more of yourself emotionally. I think you'll be tapping into your emotions. And as far as the feminine, I think you'll be actually healing if you've had some emotional trauma. I think that this is a cycle that was meant to be, and I think you guys are both going to feel that this is the natural next step, whatever that step is. If this is just meeting someone, then it's like the next step of calling each other boyfriend, girlfriend, or if you've already been dating, then it's, you know, the next step is engagement. But it's, I feel like there's a lot of love and healing coming in for you if you pick the late night. So maybe late nights together with your person, enjoying each other's company. So last but not least, if you pick the Bathing Beauty, let's draw some cards for you. We're using the Gilded. We're going to see what we get. We've been getting different amounts of cards from each deck, but all together they kind of add up to the same amount. So I'm not pushing. I'm just, whatever comes out, comes out. So let's see what you get. Number 3, the month of November. Okay, I'm not using that deck. I'm gonna go to the Gypsy cards. We weren't getting anything. I will go back if they all seem to be giving me trouble. Okay, we've got one that came out. Okay, we've got 2 more that came out. I'm gonna see if any more want to come out of the Gypsy playing cards deck. Okay, I'm moving on to the Romance Angel deck. Okay, there's one. I just wanted to look. Okay. And I'm going to do the messenger cards. Okay. All right, so the first card that came out for you is the Widow card. So I feel like if you are the feminine energy, then I feel like you've been going through some sort of period of loss, of grieving, and I feel like you've probably been focusing on the pain. You've probably been having a hard time being optimistic. I feel like you could be revisiting this pain quite a bit, just find yourself keep coming back to it again and again, and it's like you really don't want to. I think that you really are tired of feeling that way. I feel like the month of November, you're really just, you could be in kind of a dark place initially. At the beginning of the month, I feel like you'll really be mourning the loss of a person. I feel like it could have been a person from the past. I feel like it was a person who was an aggressive person. I feel like he was very masculine person. I feel like he was a very protective person, but I think that he was also carrying a lot of negativity, and he could have been a jealous person. He could be an envious person, and I feel like, you know, he could have been kind of in this devil energy, and I feel like it could have been hard for you as the feminine to be, you know, in that kind of environment. I feel like while you were going through it, you were kind of addicted to it. So you could have been caught up in the control of this person. They could have been controlling you, and it's like you got really caught up in that. And you know, a lot of us find ourselves in negative relationships. I personally have been in abusive relationships. I'm not saying that this was, I'm just saying that a lot of people don't understand. They're like, if they haven't been in an abusive relationship, they just say, why would you stay? Why would you stay in an abusive relationship? It's really a hard question to answer, because once you're out of it and you're looking back at it, you kind of yourself see, you know, the stupidity of it. Like, why would I, you know, think that I deserved that? So I think it's like you're looking back at these unhealthy relationships that you had, and I feel like you're kind of mourning. You're mourning like the time that you've lost, because I feel like you probably gave a lot of yourself. You could have been excessively giving of yourself because this other person wanted this control. So I feel like you were really giving. This person was addicted to you, and you were trying to give them everything that they wanted. Maybe they wanted to know where you were at all times. Maybe they liked for you to stay home. If you weren't home, maybe they were calling you, trying to find out where you were, when you would be home. I feel like this person, they really wanted to keep tabs on you, and if they caught you talking to maybe other people, they got super angry about that. And I'm not saying this was a physical relationship where they were abusive physically, but they could have still also been very intimidating towards you, and you kind of felt like they were bossing you around. And you know, I think looking back, you realize that, you know, why did I do that? Why did I let someone control me? I should be the boss of myself. And I feel like you're kind of learning from that, but you're also mourning the loss of, you know, maybe all of those years. Maybe you were with, you know, a person for a long time that controlled you, or maybe you were in a cycle where you kept going to relationships where the other person was dominant, controlling, and you're looking back now, and you're realizing that you know, you really need to clear your energy of these people from the past. I think that it was a burden to you to, you know, be in these relationships. And I think that mentally, I think thinking about these situations is exhausting. I think that it's saddening. But I think you have to know that you've learned so much, I always say that, God doesn't give us more than we can handle. And sometimes we wonder, why was I in that relationship where I was, either verbally abused, physically abused? Why was I, put in that situation? But I think it's really made you a very strong person. It's made you a person who really knows yourself. Like you know so much, you've learned so much about yourself and what you will and won't accept. So I think you finally decided that you don't need these people in your life that are going to control you, that are going to dominate you, that are going to try to dictate where you are, where you go, when you'll be home. And I think you're really becoming enlightened here. You got this card that says time to ground. And I really notice how her third eye is open. Her normal eyes are closed, but her third eye is open. And then I see this turtle. So I think that with this turtle, I think that you have, not only in this life, I think in your past lives, I think that you really have been spiritually, I think you have been growing. I think that even in your past life, I think that you probably had a lot of troubling relationships. And I think that it's given you like this shell, this hard shell that you wear. But I think that you really are wise. Like, I feel like you have this ancient wisdom, and it's like other people look to you really for inspiration. I think that other people look to you and they wish, like, I wish I could be as peaceful as that person. I wish I could be as enlightened as that person. And I think, you're just inspiring other people to not put up with things. I think through your experiences, people are realizing that they also can become empowered. And I feel like because of this, I think that you are going to have this relationship that is going to be perfect for you. And, this month of November, you could be meeting someone that, you're getting to know them, and you guys are really talking about maybe your past, everything that you've gone through, and you're releasing that baggage of the past. You're talking about it. You're telling your story. And I think this other person really wants to know it, because it's getting to know each other. So it's explaining to that other person what you've been through and how you hope, that you guys can talk about things rather than argue about things, not cause each other pain, to be equal and to really care about the other person. I feel like you're done with relationships that are controlling, that are painful. I think that you want something spiritually on a higher realm, someone who's empathetic, someone who's tolerant, someone who's caring, and someone who really is healing for you as far as in the love department. So I think that you will be making this deep bond with this person. And I think you'll have a lot of courage to let go of the past and negative things that you've been through. So I think, yeah, definitely you're going to be becoming much more enlightened in the month of November. And you'll be meeting someone that's a future spouse. So get ready for that love to come in for you. And someone's going to see you for that beautiful, kitty cat that you are. And someone's going to appreciate you and treat you like gold. So, Congratulations to number 3. I really see good things coming in the love department for you. So hang in there and try not to focus too much on the pain of the past. Look to the future, and things are definitely going to be much better for you. So love and light to you, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.